Do you really need to be the best-looking person, or do you need to be the person with the clearest self-respect? Because those are not the same thing. One is a competition, the other is a standard. When I say become addicted to your appearance, I am not telling you to chase compliments. I am not telling you to build a life around other people's eyes. I am talking about getting addicted to the feeling of taking care of yourself properly. The quiet satisfaction of knowing you did not abandon your body today. The confidence that shows up when you keep promises to yourself. Some people hear Stoicism and imagine cold detachment, like you should stop caring about anything, including how you look. Stoicism is about separating what you can control from what you cannot. It is about using discipline to live according to your values. And it is about refusing to let public opinions steer your mood, your choices, or your identity. Your appearance is not the point. It is the signal. It is one of the first messages you send to yourself every morning. I am awake. I am present. I am capable of order. If you cannot lead yourself in the mirror, you will struggle to lead yourself through the rest of your day. So here is the goal of this video. Starting today, we turn grooming, posture, clothing, and care into a practice of self-respect. Not vanity, not performance, self-command. You learn to love yourself more than anyone else by acting like someone worth caring for, again and again, until it becomes who you are. Lesson 1. Your appearance is something you can control, so do that part well. This is the most practical Stoic move you can make. Stoicism is not about pretending you do not care. It is about aiming your care at the right target. The core idea is simple. Some things are in your hands and some things are not. Your age is not in your hands. Your genetics are not in your hands. Genetics. Other people's taste, their judgment, their mood, their standards, none of that belongs to you. But the small actions you choose every day, those belong to you. And your appearance is literally built out of those choices. Not the fantasy version of you, the real version that shows up in the mirror. That is why this lesson matters. Epictetus, a Stoic teacher who was born into slavery and later taught people how to master what is actually theirs to command, built his whole philosophy around this exact point. You do not need to control the whole world. You need to control your own choices. That is where freedom starts. Source: Encyclopedia Britannica. Now bring that down to the most concrete place possible, the first 10 minutes of your morning, because the first 10 minutes decide whether you start your day in control or in chaos. Here is your non-negotiable minimum standard. Clean body, no excuses. Clean smell. Hair made intentional, even if it is simple. Clothes that fit your body, not clothes that fight your body. Shoes that are clean enough to say you respect where you are going. This is not fashion. This is order. And order is a Stoic skill. You are training yourself to live by a standard, not by a feeling. Next, adopt one rule that keeps you sane. Only fix what you can control. You do not try to fix time. You do not try to fix your past. You do not try to fix how strangers see you. You fix hygiene. You fix posture. You fix neatness. You fix consistency. That is it. And you do it calmly, like a person who takes responsibility without drama. Then do a 30-second mirror check. Not to hunt for flaws, not to punish yourself. You look straight into your own eyes and ask 2 questions. Am I showing the qualities I claim to live by? And am I respecting the body that carries me through my life? If the answer is no, you do not spiral. You adjust. You straighten your shoulders. You change the shirt that makes you look tired. You fix your hair. You wash your face properly. These are small actions, but your brain reads them as a message. I am present. I am capable of self-command. That is why this works psychologically. When you show up groomed and put together, you are not just changing how others react to you. You are changing how you relate to yourself. You build evidence. Evidence that you are the kind of person who keeps promises. Evidence that you do not abandon yourself. Evidence that you can direct your own state before the world tries to direct it for you. And that evidence creates energy, focus, and initiative. Not because you look perfect, but because you acted with control. Now the mistake you must avoid. Do not use your appearance to beg for love. Do not make grooming a desperate attempt to earn approval. The moment your self-worth depends on applause, you have handed your steering wheel to strangers. Stoicism would call that slavery, even if nobody can see the chains. So keep the frame clean. Your appearance is not a plea, it is a practice. You are not trying to be the most attractive person in the room. You are trying to be the most self-governed version of yourself. And that starts with 10 minutes, done daily, without negotiation. Lesson 2. Discipline over motivation. Build a ritual of self-respect, because motivation is unreliable, and Stoicism knows it. The Stoic mindset does not wait for the perfect mood. It trains behavior until the behavior becomes identity. That is why this lesson is so practical. You can feel messy and still act with order. You can feel tired and still keep a standard. Marcus Aurelius is the clearest symbol of this. He was a Roman emperor, surrounded by war, politics, sickness, betrayal, and endless pressure. Yet his private writing in Meditations shows a man constantly pulling himself back to principle through daily practice, not through hype. He did not have the luxury of waiting until he felt inspired. He had to lead, even when he felt heavy. That is the point. Stoicism is not an idea you admire. It is a routine you repeat until your mind obeys your values. Source: Encyclopedia Britannica. Now let us turn that into a simple system. A morning ritual of 20 minutes and an evening ritual of 10 minutes. This is not about beauty. This is about self-command. In the morning, your job is to arrive into the day as a person, not as a mess. 5 minutes of light movement first. Not because you are chasing a body, because you are switching your nervous system from sleep to agency. Walk in place, stretch your hips and shoulders, do slow push-ups against the wall. Anything that tells your brain, I am awake and I have direction. Then 5 minutes of grooming with intention. Wash your face properly, care for your skin, handle your hair, trim or shape your beard if you have one. The goal is not perfection. The goal is to remove neglect. Neglect is loud. It shows. Next 5 minutes. Choose your clothes based on context, not based on emotion. Ask, where am I going? What am I doing? Who do I need to be there? People fail here because they dress for comfort only, then wonder why they feel unprepared. Clothing is not just fabric, it is a key. When you dress with intention, you are telling your mind, today matters. Final 5 minutes. Posture and breath. Stand tall, shoulders relaxed, head level. Slow inhale, slow exhale. Your body can teach your mind calm. This is Stoic training in physical form. You are practicing composure before the world tests you. Then, at night, you do 10 minutes that protect tomorrow. Prepare what you will wear. So morning, you do not negotiate with chaos. Clean your shoes. Put your essentials in place. Reduce friction. Wash your face or shower properly, not as a luxury, as a reset. Then sleep on time. Stoicism respects rest because a tired mind becomes reactive, and a reactive mind is easy to control by other people. Now, add one rule that changes everything. Dress like the person you are becoming. Not expensive, not flashy, role accurate. If you want to become disciplined, your appearance must show discipline. If you want to become reliable, you must look reliable. If you want to become a leader, you must carry yourself like a leader before you feel like one. This is not acting. This is alignment. And here is how you measure success. Not compliments, not likes, not someone saying you look good today. The metric is stability. Can you keep the minimum standard for 7 days in a row? If you do that, you win, because you proved you can lead yourself without begging motivation to show up first. In Stoic terms, you strengthened your character through repetition. You became consistent, and consistency is what makes self-respect real. Lesson 3. Self-respect versus vanity. Stop getting addicted to praise, because praise is the fastest drug in the social world. It hits quick, it feels good, and it makes you dependent. The goal of this lesson is not to make you stop caring about your appearance. The goal is to make sure your appearance is building your self-respect, not begging for approval. There is a clean difference. Self-respect is internal. Vanity is external. Self-respect says, I take care of myself because I am responsible for myself. Vanity says, I take care of myself so people will tell me I am worth something. Stoicism cares about this difference because Stoicism is about freedom. And the moment your mood depends on other people's reactions, you are not free. You are being pulled by the crowd like a leash. Today, someone compliments you, and you feel high. Tomorrow, someone ignores you, and you feel invisible. The day after, someone criticizes you, and you collapse. That is not confidence. That is emotional outsourcing. Stoics would call that living under the rule of externals. You are letting things you do not control decide how you feel about yourself. And that is a quiet form of slavery. Now you need a practical way to tell which side you are on. Here are the signs you are moving in the right direction. First, you keep your standard even when no one is watching. You still shower. You still keep your hair neat. You still wear clothes that fit, even if you are working from home. Not because you are afraid of being seen, but because you refuse to treat yourself like you do not matter. Second, you stay calm when nobody compliments you. You do not need a daily reward from strangers to continue your discipline, because the reward is the standard itself. The reward is the internal quiet that comes from keeping your word. Third, you dress for function, not for shock. You choose clothes that match your context. Work clothes for work, training clothes for training, simple, clean clothes for daily life. You are not trying to be a walking advertisement for attention. You are trying to be clear. Fourth, the more you take care of yourself, the more peaceful you become. Real self-respect settles the nervous system. It does not make you frantic. It does not make you obsessed. It makes you grounded. Now, here are the signs you are slipping into vanity. And you have to be honest, because vanity is sneaky. One sign is constant outfit switching driven by fear. Not because you are refining your style, but because you are terrified of being judged. You change again and again because you want to control other people's opinion, which is impossible. Another sign is you do not feel safe leaving the house without a specific accessory, a specific product, a specific look. That is not style. That is dependency. Another sign is you get irritated when you are not noticed. You walk into a room and nobody reacts and you feel anger or sadness or hunger for attention. That is a warning. Another sign is compulsive mirror checking or photo taking, not to document progress, but to ask the world, am I okay now? Do I look good enough now? That is not self-care. That is insecurity wearing a mask. So let us make it practical. Here is a 3-minute test you can do anytime. Test 1. If tomorrow nobody sees you, no meetings, no social media, no visitors, will you still follow your minimum standard? Will you still clean yourself, groom yourself, and wear something that fits? If yes, that is self-respect, because your behavior is not dependent on an audience. Test 2. If someone criticizes your appearance today, will you still do your ritual tonight and tomorrow morning? Or will you quit because your ego got bruised? If you keep your ritual, you just proved you are not owned by other people's opinions. You separated your identity from feedback. That is Stoic strength. Now, What do you do when you realize you are drifting into vanity? You correct the question in your head. Most people live with the wrong question running all day. Do they like me? Do they approve of me? Do they think I look good? Replace it with one question. Do I respect myself? That one shift changes everything because it moves the source of value back inside your control. Next, lock your minimum standard. Keep it stable. Stable hygiene, stable grooming, stable neatness, and only upgrade slowly. Not because you feel insecure, not because you are chasing a trend. Upgrade because you decided it matches your values and your life. If you buy things or change your look whenever your emotions swing, you are training yourself to be weak. You are letting anxiety run your schedule and your wallet. Stoicism would tell you to act from principle, not impulse. Finally, move the focus from how you look to how you live. Because your appearance is only a signal, the real question is whether your life has order. Are you sleeping on time? Are you moving your body? Are you eating with discipline? Are you keeping your space clean? Are you showing up on time? These things build a face that looks calm. They build a posture that looks confident. They build an energy that people feel. Vanity tries to paint confidence on top. Self-respect builds confidence underneath. And when you live with self-respect, praise becomes optional. It becomes a nice bonus, not a necessity. That is the Stoic win. You look good, not because you are chasing validation, but because you are practicing responsibility. And responsibility is what real self-love is made of. Lesson 4. Temperance. Clean, simple, durable. No showing off, no extremes. This lesson is where most people fail, because most people do not actually want a stable standard. They want a dramatic transformation. They want the before and after. They want the attention. But Stoicism does not build you for performance. It builds you for consistency. The goal here is to create a mature presence that lasts, not a look that peaks for 1 week and collapses the next. A stable appearance comes from a stable life. That is what temperance is about. Less dependency, more freedom. The fewer things you need in order to feel okay, the more powerful you become. When you practice temperance, you take care of your appearance without letting appearance control you. You do not live inside a shopping cycle. You do not live inside a panic cycle. You live inside a standard. And that standard is calm. Now let me give you a simple checklist, because this is supposed to be usable, not philosophical. 4 words: clean, neat, durable, quiet. Clean is the foundation of everything. Clean body, clean smell, clean teeth, clean skin, clean hair. People love to debate fashion, but nobody can debate cleanliness. Cleanliness is not luxury. It is respect. Respect for your own body and respect for the people you will stand next to. If your breath is clean and your skin is cared for, you already look better than most people who chase trends. Neat is the second layer. Neat hair, neat nails, neat beard if you have one, clothes that fit and are pressed enough to look intentional, shoes that are clean. Neat does not mean fancy. It means controlled. It means you are not leaking chaos through details, because chaos always shows up in the small things: the wrinkled shirt, the dirty shoes, the overgrown hair, the sloppy posture. Neatness tells the world you can manage yourself. Durable is the third layer, and it is the Stoic layer. Durable means you choose habits and tools you can keep for years, not a routine that requires perfect motivation, perfect money, perfect time, perfect mood. Most people fail because they design a routine for their fantasy life. They go extreme for 7 days, then burn out and quit. Temperance says, build the version you can repeat when you are busy, tired, stressed, and still human. Simple skincare you will actually do. Exercise you can actually sustain. Clothing you can actually afford and maintain. haircuts on a schedule you can keep. Quiet is the fourth layer. Quiet means you do not need to announce your discipline. You do not need to show off. You do not need to post every improvement to prove you are improving. Quiet confidence is a sign of self-ownership. You are put together because you decided to be put together, not because you want applause. This is the Stoic part again. Your standard is private. Your results will be public anyway. Now let us talk about the Stoic wardrobe. This is where people either become free or become trapped. The Stoic wardrobe is simple. One consistent style based on your role. If you are building a professional life, then build a professional look. Clean, neutral, respectable. If you work creative, build a creative look that still looks intentional, not chaotic. The point is not to look like everyone else. The point is to look like someone who knows who they are and what they are doing. Then, keep the number of items low and the combinations high. A few shirts that fit perfectly, a few pants that fit perfectly, a couple of clean shoes, one jacket that sharpens your silhouette. You do not need a closet full of options. You need a closet full of certainty. And certainty is calming. It reduces decision fatigue. It reduces morning chaos. And it helps you stay consistent. Next rule: fit beats brand. A cheap shirt that fits well looks better than an expensive shirt that fits poorly. Most people buy labels when they should buy tailoring, or at least buy the right size. Your goal is not status. Your goal is order. Then remove what no longer serves you. Anything that does not fit. Anything that is worn out. Anything that makes you look like you gave up. Do not keep it, just in case. Just in case is how clutter stays alive. Clutter in your closet becomes clutter in your mind. Be honest, donate it, throw it out, move on. And finally, only add one truly necessary item per month, if needed. Not per week, not whenever you feel insecure. One item that fills a gap, one item that supports your role. This breaks the emotional shopping habit and replaces it with deliberate upgrading. Now, let us hit the traps, because you will face them. First trap is extremes. Crash dieting, overtraining, skincare overload. That 1 week of obsession that turns into a month of quitting. The way out is the principle of small and steady. Choose the smallest routine that still moves you forward, and do it every day. 10 minutes of grooming, 20 minutes of movement. One simple skincare step you will not skip. One healthy meal choice per day. The goal is not intensity, the goal is continuity. Second trap is showing off. Logos, flashy accessories, loud signals that scream, "Notice me." The Stoic question that breaks this is simple. Am I expressing value, or am I chasing attention? If it is attention, you are being controlled. If it is value, you are being intentional. Keep it quiet. Let your posture, cleanliness, and calm do the talking. Third trap is the age excuse. The resignation excuse. I am older. It does not matter. That mindset is exactly what makes you look older in the wrong way. Maturity should not mean neglect. Maturity should mean refinement. Not trying to look 20, trying to look awake, sharp, and stable. The Stoic version of aging is not denial. It is dignity. It is care without desperation. So here is what you do starting today. Clean, neat, durable, quiet. Simplify your wardrobe. Stop extremes. Stop showing off. Build a standard you can live with for years. Because when your appearance is built on temperance, it becomes a source of freedom. You do not need the world's permission to feel okay. You show up clean and prepared, and you move through your day like someone who owns their life. Lesson 5. Stay calm about judgment, but be strict with your own standard. This is where Stoicism becomes real, because the world will always have an opinion. People will comment, compare, praise, criticize, ignore, misunderstand. If your self-respect rises and falls with that noise, you will never be stable. The goal of this lesson is simple. You do not need anyone to agree with you in order to live correctly. You do not need permission to respect yourself. You only need one thing. You do not betray your own standard, because the moment you betray your standard, you feel it inside. Even if nobody says anything, even if nobody notices, you know. And that knowledge drains you. Stoicism is built for this exact moment. It teaches you to separate what is yours to control from what belongs to other people. So here is the two-layer system. It is so simple, it almost feels insulting, but it works. Layer 1. I control my effort and my standard. I decide whether I show up clean, neat, and intentional. I decide whether I keep my rituals. I decide whether I act like the person I claim I want to become. Layer 2. I do not control other people's words. I do not control their taste. I do not control their mood. I do not control their insecurity, their jealousy, their projections. I do not need to win against them. I only need to not let them pull me off center. That is it. When you hold those two layers in your mind, judgment becomes less dangerous. It becomes information at best, noise at worst. Not a verdict on your worth. Now, let us make it concrete with real situations, because that is where people freeze. First situation. Someone criticizes your appearance. Maybe they say you look tired. Maybe they make a joke about your outfit. Maybe they throw a casual insult. In that moment, you have two possible moves. The weak move is to react emotionally, defend yourself, attack them back, or spiral in shame. The Stoic move is to filter. Ask, is there anything useful here? If the feedback is specific and practical, you take it calmly. Maybe your shirt is wrinkled. Maybe your shoes are dirty. Maybe your posture is sloppy. Fine. You fix one small thing and you move on. No drama, no ego fight. That is strength. But if the comment is meant to humiliate you, if it is vague, cruel, or designed to put you beneath them, then you do not drink that poison. You do not argue with a person who is trying to feel powerful by making you feel small. You return to your routine. You go back to your standard. Clean, neat, calm. Your response is your life, not your mouth. Second situation. Someone praises your appearance. They say you look great, sharp, attractive, confident. Stoicism does not tell you to reject compliments. It tells you to receive them without becoming dependent, so you accept it politely, thank you, and you keep your behavior the same. You do not start dressing differently just to chase that same compliment tomorrow, because the moment you do that, you are not living by standard. You are living by reward, and reward is unstable. The Stoic reminder is quiet but firm. The goal is not their eyes. The goal is my discipline. Third situation, comparison. This one is everywhere, especially online. You see someone fitter, richer, better dressed, better looking, and your mind starts turning. Why am I not like that? Why do they get that and I do not? Comparison is a trap because it moves your attention away from your lane. Stoicism pulls you back. You do not compare yourself to strangers. You compare yourself to yesterday's you. That is the only comparison that creates growth without poison. And you make it measurable because vague goals create vague frustration. Use small numbers. Did I sleep on time 5 days this week? Did I drink enough water today? Did I train 3 times this week? Did I keep my outfit clean and intentional 7 days in a row? This is how you build confidence without needing external ranking. You become competitive with your own consistency. Now here is the core tool that makes all of this possible. The 7-second pause. Most people lose control because they respond too fast. They do not even choose their reaction. Their reaction chooses them. So whenever you feel that heat rising, from criticism, praise, comparison, whatever, you pause for 7 seconds. One breath in, one breath out. Then you ask one question. Is this opinion inside my control? If it is, act. If it is not, release it. If someone points out a stain on your shirt, that is inside your control. Fix it. If someone says you are ugly or they do not like your style, that is outside your control. Release it. The pause creates space, and space is where freedom lives. Without the pause, you are a puppet. With the pause, you are a person. Finally, let us talk about presence, because presence is your armor. When you carry yourself with stable presence, you need less defense. You need less proving. You need less reacting. The simplest way to train presence is physical. Practice standing tall with relaxed shoulders. Open your chest slightly, keep your head level. Walk a little slower than your anxiety wants to. Speak a little slower than your ego wants to. A steady tempo signals control. It tells your nervous system you are safe. It tells other people you are grounded. Lesson 6. Love yourself more than anyone else, which means you prioritize yourself through actions and boundaries, not words, not quotes, not self-care aesthetics. Real self-love is not indulgence. Real self-love is protection. You protect your standards even when it is inconvenient. You protect your energy even when people want access to it. You protect your body even when your mood wants to sabotage it. Stoicism fits perfectly here because Stoicism is about self-responsibility. It does not ask you to feel good first. It asks you to do what is right first, and let your feelings catch up later. So the goal of this lesson is simple. You do not treat yourself like an afterthought. You live like someone you are responsible for, every day. And there are 3 layers to that kind of love. Layer 1 is physical responsibility. You do not neglect your body. Sleep enough, eat enough, in a way that actually supports you. Move enough, stay clean enough. These are not nice extras. They are your baseline, because your body is not just how you look, it is how you think. It is how you handle stress. It is how you show up in relationships. When you treat your body carelessly, your mind pays the price. Your face pays the price. Your confidence pays the price. And then you start chasing quick fixes. Stoicism would call this backward. You fix the foundation first. Sleep, food, movement, hygiene. That is self-respect in physical form. Layer 2 is mental language. Most people do not realize how violently they speak to themselves. They would never talk to a friend that way, but they talk to themselves like a bully. You look terrible. You are behind. You are not enough. You will never change. That voice does not make you strong. It makes you tired. Stoicism teaches you to manage your judgments because your judgments shape your experience. So your internal language must sound like a coach, not a killer. A coach is firm but constructive. A coach says, "We missed today, so tomorrow we return to the routine." A coach says, "You are not hopeless, you are untrained, and training can be done." A coach says, "Focus on what you can control, your sleep tonight, your morning routine tomorrow, your posture right now." When you switch your inner voice, you stop living in constant self-war. You start building stability, and stability shows on your face. Layer 3 is boundaries. This is where most people fail, because they try to love themselves while still letting everyone else run their schedule. If other people can destroy your rhythm easily, you do not have a rhythm. You have a wish. Boundaries are not rude. Boundaries are the price of self-respect. If you do not protect your sleep, your diet, your time, your environment, you will keep losing to chaos. And your appearance will reflect that chaos, because appearance is a mirror of lifestyle. Now let us make boundaries concrete, because vague boundaries do nothing. First boundary: no meaningless late nights. Not "I was working." I mean meaningless. Endless scrolling. One more episode. One more video. One more conversation that goes nowhere. You do that and your face pays the bill the next day. Puffy eyes, low energy, irritable mood. You lose the desire to groom. Then you show up messy. Then you feel worse. It is a chain. Break it by setting a hard stop time. Not because you are strict, because you are protecting tomorrow's version of you. Second boundary. No careless eating that wrecks your energy. You do not need perfection. You need awareness. If you eat trash and call it comfort, you will feel heavy. Your skin will look dull. Your mind will be slower, and your self-image will drop. Then you will try to compensate with clothes and grooming and still feel off. Stoicism would say, stop blaming the mirror, fix the habits, choose 1 or 2 simple rules. Protein and vegetables daily, water before coffee, no late-night sugar, something you can keep. Third boundary, no living in disorder. A messy room creates a messy morning. When your environment is chaotic, your brain starts the day already tired. Then you rush, then you skip grooming, then you grab random clothes, then you show up like you do not respect yourself. So make order easy. Put your essentials in the same place every night. Keep your bathroom basic but clean. Keep your clothes organized enough that dressing takes 2 minutes, not 20. Fourth boundary. No relationships that quietly sabotage your self-worth. If being around someone makes you feel small, ashamed, drained, or constantly judged, you will eventually stop caring for yourself. That is what happens when your nervous system lives in defense. You lose energy for self-maintenance. Stoicism would not call that romance or friendship. It would call that self-abandonment. You do not need to hate anyone. You just need to protect your peace. Now here is a very practical 30-day plan to make this real, because self-love without a plan becomes a mood. Week 1. Stabilize the visible basics. Hygiene, hair, clothes, shoes, clean and neat, nothing more. You are proving you can keep a minimum standard daily. Week 2. Stabilize sleep and water. These 2 things change your face faster than most expensive products. Sleep makes your eyes clearer and your mood calmer. Hydration makes your skin look alive. Week 3. Add light movement, 15 to 20 minutes, 4 times a week. Do not chase pain. Chase consistency. A walk, basic strength, stretching. You are rebuilding energy and posture. Week 4. Simplify your wardrobe. Pick 5 outfits that match your role and make you feel put together. Prepare them for the week. Remove decision stress. Reduce chaos. Now you are not trying to look better. You are structured to look better. And here is the point you must not miss. You do not wait for someone to love you before you care for yourself. That is backwards. You care for yourself to prove you are worthy. To yourself, because the deepest form of love is not attention from others. It is loyalty to your own standard. When you become loyal to your standard, your appearance improves as a side effect. And more importantly, your life improves. That is what Stoicism is for. Lesson 7. Your appearance is a symbol of inner power, a silent promise you make to life. Every day you show up, you are making a statement. Not with your mouth, with your presence. You are either saying, I have order, I have discipline, I respect myself. Or you are saying the opposite without realizing it. This is not about being attractive. This is about being legible. When you walk into a room, your body speaks before your words. People read your energy faster than they process your sentences. And the truth is, you also read yourself. The mirror is not just a reflection. It is feedback. It tells you whether you are leading yourself or abandoning yourself. The goal of this lesson is to treat your appearance as a daily declaration of self-command. Because when you do that, your appearance stops being a fragile thing you worry about. It becomes a stable tool you use. Now, why does appearance create inner power? Because tiny rituals create identity. Identity is not what you say you are. Identity is what you repeatedly do. Every time you complete a small ritual, you reinforce a story. I am someone who takes responsibility. I am someone who keeps standards. I do not wait for motivation. I do not collapse when life gets messy. That story becomes your self-image. And once your self-image becomes stable, your actions become stable. When your actions are stable, your results become stable. That is the chain. Identity, action, results. Most people try to fix results first. More money, more confidence, more respect. Stoicism flips it. Fix the inner discipline first, and the outer results follow. This is why your presence creates a multiplier effect. When you show up grounded and intentional, people trust you more. They assume competence. They assume self-control. They assume reliability. And that social response feeds back into you, not as a drug, but as reinforcement. You begin to trust yourself more because you see evidence of your own consistency. You are no longer guessing who you are. You are watching yourself prove it. Now let us make this practical with what I call the 3 pillars of Stoic presence. You can look good in a Stoic way without being complicated, without being flashy, without being obsessed. Pillar 1 is the body. Posture is character made visible. Stand tall, open your shoulders. Keep your core engaged enough that your body looks awake. Walk with a steady step, not rushed, not lazy, just controlled. Most people underestimate how much posture changes everything. The same outfit looks completely different on a slumped body versus a stable body. The same face looks completely different when your head is down versus when you are upright. And posture is trainable. Here is the simplest practice. Every hour, stand up for 30 seconds and reset. Feet planted, shoulders down and back, head level. 1 slow breath. That 30 seconds is not about looking good. It is about breaking the habit of collapse. Collapse is what people do when they feel powerless. Reset is what people do when they choose control. Pillar 2 is the face. Not makeup, not perfection, calm. A steady gaze, a relaxed jaw, a neutral expression that says you are present, not performing. Most people leak anxiety through their face, constant frowning, constant tension, constant micro-reactions to screens. They doom scroll, they squint, they tense, they compare, and their face becomes a billboard of stress. Stoicism trains you to reduce reactivity, so start here. Stop checking your phone every minute. Stop chasing stimulation. When you look at people, look at them fully. When you listen, listen fully. Relax your jaw when you notice you are clenching. Let your eyebrows drop. This sounds small, but it changes your aura. People feel calm faces. They also feel chaotic faces, and you feel it too. A calm face creates calm thinking. Pillar 3 is clothing. Not expensive. Correct. Fit, clean, simple, context appropriate. That is Stoic clothing. The goal is to remove distraction, not create it. Clothes are supposed to support your role, not compete for attention. So you choose pieces that fit your body well. You keep them clean. You keep them simple. You match them to where you are going. If you are going to work, dress like you respect the work. If you are meeting someone important, dress like you respect the meeting. If you are training, dress like you are ready to train. When clothing matches context, you feel aligned. When it does not, you feel friction inside. And friction drains energy. Now, let us talk about how to practice leadership presence in normal life, because that is where inner power becomes real. First, in public. Meetings, work, interviews, dates, partner meetings, any situation where your presence is part of your influence. Show up like a responsible person, not a perfect person, responsible. Clean, neat, awake, prepared. Your appearance should say, "I handle my life." Second, at home. This is the test most people fail. They only look good for an audience. But Stoicism is strongest when nobody is watching. Keep your standard even in private. Not the full outfit, not the full performance, but the minimum. Clean body, clean space, neat hair, comfortable clothes that still fit and look intentional. Because private standards build real self-esteem, public standards build performance. Third, when you feel low, when your mood drops, your instinct is to let everything go. Skip the shower, wear the worst clothes, stay in bed. That is how the downward spiral starts. Stoicism teaches you to hold the steering wheel when your emotions try to grab it. So, when you are down, you do not aim for perfect. You aim for minimum. Minimum grooming, minimum order, minimum posture reset, minimum hydration. Holding minimum is how you keep control. Minimum is how you prevent the collapse from turning into a lifestyle. Now here is a concrete exercise that turns this lesson into proof. The 90-day image practice. Today, take one full body photo. Same angle, same light, same place. Do not judge it. It is not for shame. It is a reference point. Then, choose 3 standards only. Hair neat, clothes fit, posture upright. That is all. Hold those 3 for 90 days, not occasionally, daily. At the end, take the same photo again. You will see a visible change, yes. But the bigger change will be invisible. You will feel different, because you will have built evidence that you can lead yourself. You will have built a quiet confidence that does not depend on praise, trends, or perfect circumstances. That is what this lesson is really about. Your appearance becomes a symbol, a silent promise. I will not abandon myself. I will not collapse into chaos. I will live with order, and that order will carry me through anything. That is Stoic beauty. It is not about looking younger. It is about looking awake. When I say you must become addicted to your appearance, I am not talking about obsession. I am talking about devotion, Stoic devotion, the kind that makes you dependable to yourself. Because in Stoicism, the real addiction is not to praise, not to attention, not to looking perfect. The real addiction is to self-command, to the feeling that you are living with a standard, to the quiet pride of knowing you did not abandon yourself today. That is what changes a life. Your appearance becomes a daily practice of control, a small training ground where you prove again and again that you can lead yourself. You control your hygiene, you control your posture, you control your effort, you control your consistency. And when you control those things, you stop feeling like life is happening to you. You start feeling like you are happening to life. That is why this is bigger than clothing or grooming. It is identity training. It is character made visible. And it is self-love in its most honest form. Not words, not wishes, but action. Now do not turn this into a nice idea you agree with and then forget. Stoicism is only valuable when it becomes behavior. So here is your 24-hour action plan. Pick one minimum standard for tomorrow and keep it no matter what. Not 10 standards. 1. Maybe it is a clean shower and clean smell. Maybe it is neat hair and a shirt that fits. Maybe it is clean shoes. Choose one thing that signals, I respect myself, and do it even if you feel lazy. Then for the next 7 days, run the 20-minute morning ritual. 5 minutes of movement, 5 minutes of grooming, 5 minutes of dressing for context, 5 minutes of posture and breath. Do not chase perfection. Chase continuity. 7 days is enough to prove something important, that you do not need motivation to be consistent. You need a system. Finally, mark your change with evidence. Take one photo today, full body, same light, same angle, then do the work for 30 days. At the end, take the same photo again, not for vanity, for truth. because you will not just see a different face or posture, you will see a different person, a person who kept promises, a person who built order, a person who learned to love themselves through discipline. And here is the final point. When you care for your appearance with Stoic spirit, you are not chasing other people's eyes. You are not begging for approval. You are training self-respect. You are building inner power. You are leading yourself. And once you can lead yourself, the world becomes easier to face, because you are no longer waiting to be saved by confidence. You are creating it daily, in the mirror, on purpose.